Hello everyone, my name is Neha Balwani and today I'll be presenting the presentation of Finance Bill. Definitions. A bill of exchange drawn usually by one bank on another bank for the purpose of transferring funds as a result of loans or for temporarily procuring money by discounting the bill. A legislative act to provide the necessary funds for the public treasury, a revenue bill. A finance bill is a money bill as defined in Article 110 of the Constitution. Meaning, the finance bill is a part of the union budget stipulating all the legal amendments required for the changes in taxation proposed by the finance minister. A finance bill is a bill that concerns the country's finances, taxes, government expenditures, government borrowings, revenues, etc. The bill presented in the parliament immediately after the presentation of budget deals with changes in tax policy and is announced in budget. Description. The proposals of the government for levy of new taxes, modification of the existing tax structure or continuance of the existing tax structure beyond the period approved by Parliament are submitted to Parliament through this bill. The finance bill is accompanied by a memorandum containing explanations of the provisions included in it. The finance bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, the union budget deals in it, and further it is passed as a finance bill. The Parliament approves the finance bill for a period of 1 year at a time, which becomes the Finance Act. Diagrams representing process and types of finance bill. Finance bill presented by Finance Minister. Further recommendations, suggestions and changes are considered made to the finance bill. The Parliament approves the finance bill and further the President approves the finance bill. Later it is considered as a Finance Act. Types of financial bills. Financial bill category 1, financial bill category 2 and the money bill are the types of financial bills. Categories and clause. In Finance Bill, Article 117 of the Constitution categorically lays down that a bill pertaining to subclauses A to F of Clause 1 shall not be introduced or moved except with President's recommendation. The Finance Bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha after the presentation of the annual budget to implement the financial proposals for the following financial year. Finance Bill can be divided into three categories: Finance Bill Category 1, Finance Bill Category 2 and a Money Bill. Rule 219 of the Rules of Procedure of Lok Sabha states, Finance Bill means the bill ordinarily introduced in each year to give effect to the financial proposals of the Government of India for the following financial year and includes a bill to give effect to supplementary financial proposals for any period. The Constitution defines financial legislation into two categories: money bills and financial bills. Money Bill, Article 110, Financial Bills, Section 1, Article 117, Subsection 1, Financial Bills, Section 2, Article 117, Subsection 3. All money bills are financial bills, but all financial bills are not money bills. Financial Bill Category 1 and 2 generally contain provisions related to taxation and expenditure. A money bill or provisions related to any other matter. A finance bill will necessarily be a money bill, but a money bill will not be a finance bill. A finance bill is presented with the budget as mandated in the Article 110, Section A of the Constitution of India. This means that apart from the provisions of a money bill, it also provides detailed provisions on how it will be used and what will be the duties of government. Description of types of financial bill. Type 1. Financial bill category 1 is a bill which contains any of the matters specified in Article 110 but does not exclusively deal with such matters. For example, a bill which contains a taxation clause but does not deal solely with taxation under Article 117, Section 1 has two features in common with a money bill. First, it cannot be introduced in the Rajya Sabha. Second, it can only be introduced in Lok Sabha with the prior recommendation of the President. Not being a money bill, the Rajya Sabha has the same power to reject or amend such financial bills subject to limitation. Financial Bill Section 1 contains all the matters mentioned in the money bill but also other matters of the general legislation. It is dealt under Article 117, Section 1 of the Constitution. It is similar to a money bill in two respects. Both of them can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha and not in the Rajya Sabha. Both of them can be introduced only on the recommendation of the President. Type 2. A financial bill Section 2 contains provisions involving expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India but does not include any of the matters mentioned in Article 110. It is dealt under Article 117, Section 3 of the Constitution. It is a finance bill which merely involves expenditure and does not include any of the matters specified in Article 110. It is an ordinary bill and may be initiated in either house, and the Rajya Sabha has full power to reject or amend it. It is thus apparent that all money bills are financial bills, but all financial bills are not money bills. It is governed by the same legislative procedure which is applicable to an ordinary bill. Such bills can be introduced in either House of Parliament. However, recommendations of the President is essential for consideration of these bills by either House, and unless such recommendation is received, neither House can pass the bill. The recommendation of the President is not required at the introduction stage, but it is required at the consideration stage. Why finance bill is essential? The Union Budget proposed many tax changes for the upcoming financial year. These proposed changes pertain to several existing laws dealing with various taxes in the country. The Finance Bill seeks to insert amendments into all those laws concerned without having to bring out a separate amendment law for each of those acts. For instance, a Union Budget's proposed tax changes may require amending the various sections of the Income Tax Law, Stamp Act, Money Laundering Act law, etc. The Finance Bill overrides and makes changes in the existing laws wherever required. Changes through the bill. The most awaited changes in the tax proposals in the Union Budget usually pertain to be personal income tax. The Finance Minister's speech announced an increase in minimum income threshold or declares any changes in income tax slabs to make it less costly, or other exemptions. In addition, there might be changes in the rules, procedures, deadlines for filing returns, or the payment of tax itself. Those proposed changes would typically need to be brought in via amending the Income Tax Act. Among other changes, the Finance Minister may propose in the Union Budget with regard to the rates or processes for payment or administration of stamp duty levied on various instruments. Such a change would need to be brought in via an amendment to the Stamp Act. Since the introduction of GST, there is no amendment to indirect taxes in the Union Budget, since that is under the purview of the GST Council. Finance Bill simplified. In general terms, any bill that relates to revenue or expenditure is a finance bill. The Finance Bill is introduced in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha can recommend amendments in the bill. However, the bill has to be passed by the Parliament within 75 days of introduction. As per Article 110 of the Constitution of India, the Finance Bill is a money bill. The Finance Bill is a part of the Union Budget. Indian Finance Bill. The Parliament has passed the Finance Bill 2020 with 40 amendments. Amendment enabling the government to raise additional excise duty on petrol by up to Rs 18 per litre and diesel by up to Rs 12 per litre when required. Amendments enabling the taxation of NRIs, India controlled income above Rs 15 lakh, and other extending the dividend distribution DDT exemption to real estate investment trust, REITs, and infrastructure investment trust were passed. Changes in the bill for residents. The bill also changes the definition of resident as stipulated under the Income Tax Act. Presently, a person is considered as a resident of India, that is, their global income taxable in India if they are in the country for more than 122 days a year. This has now been reduced to 120 days. The amendments also include provisions for levying TDS of 1% on e-commerce transactions. Features of the Finance Bill. It can either be rejected or amended by the Rajya Sabha. Second, in case of a disagreement between the two houses over such a bill, the President can summon a joint sitting of the two houses to resolve the deadlock. Third, when the bill is presented to the President, he can either give his assent to the bill or withhold his assent to the bill or return the bill for reconsideration of the houses. Fourth, Finance Bill can be considered as an umbrella act. Fifth, the proposals are introduced to the Parliament as it is called as a finance when passed by the Parliament and assented by the President. Finance Bill becomes the Finance Act for that year. Additional information. Finance Bill is introduced each year to give effect to the financial proposals of the central government for the next financial year. It includes a bill for supplementary financial proposals for any period. There are different kinds of finance bill. The most important of them is the money bill. The money bill is concretely defined in Article 110. A money bill is certified by the Speaker. As such, only those financial bills that carry the Speaker's certification are money bills. Thank you, Legal Wing, for providing me the opportunity.